Hi guys, Brett here from Hearns Hobbies, and today I'd like to run you through some of the pinion range in Arrowmax brand stuff. So what we've got here is the traditional aluminium hard anodized machine pinions, and we've got this exciting range here of a plastic pinion, or commonly referred to as a poly pinion, which is bonded here to a hard anodized center. And the reason they do that is extreme lightweight. And lightweight's really important to get our rotating mass down and get the maximum performance out of our RC races. So I've got a couple here. So the range goes from in 64 pitch, goes from a 70 tooth down to a 25. And you can see here that's absolutely phenomenally large. It's a really large pinion. Very limited applications, but that would be really cool in a high-speed run car, something 12th scale that you're taking to the velodrome, those sorts of applications. So that's going to be really, and the 25 here you might use down in a modified scenario. So they do every tooth increment between those numbers. And then we have the 48 pitch range, and that's not quite as wide and varied, although you can see there's quite a big difference in size, and we've got the 48 pitch from 40 tooth all the way down to a 25 tooth, and that will cover most applications in your 1/10 off-road and on-road cars as well. So another thing I'd like to talk about is the pitches. So the two common sizes that we use are both 64 pitch and 48 pitch. Now you can see here in the overhead that the teeth size is remarkably different, and that's because one is 48 teeth per inch and one is 64 tooth per inch, and that's of rollout of the diameter of the pinion. And when we use 64 pitch, we just get a bigger range of pinion sizes, as in tooth count, as opposed to 48 pitch, which are commonly thought of as a bit stronger because the tooth size is a little bit larger. However, I find that in on-road scenes we generally use 64 pitch. In off-road scenes we usually use 48 pitch for that extra durability. Okay, so here I've got some pinions like for like. Again, these ones over here, these are in my left hand, this is the aluminium hard anodized machined pinion, and over here we've got the super lightweight resin and poly pinion. So I'm going to go ahead and pop them on the scale. These ones here are both 64 pitch, they're both 63 teeth. Let's put them on the scales and see how they weigh up. So first we've got the alloy one, and that's coming in at 3.5 grams, as we can see there. Then I'll go ahead and put the poly one on, 2.1 grams. So you can see quite a considerable saving there. We're saving nearly 1.5 grams just in the pinion alone, which is quite considerable for the amount that they weigh. Now we'll go down to something more commonly used. So this is a 64 pitch 42 tooth in both the machined aluminium and the poly pinion, and these ones here are what we would commonly use. It's a really common pinion in 1/10 on-road stock class. So I'll go here. The aluminium one weighs in at 2.1 grams as opposed to the poly pinion, which comes in at 1.1 gram. So you can see that you're saving a gram again. So pretty much across the board, that's how much difference there is. Nearly half the weight. You're saving half the amount of weight in your pinion. 2 grams for a 27 tooth 48 pitch, which is a really common 1/10 off-road stock spec two-wheel drive pinion. And again, with the poly, we're down at 0.9. So 1.1 gram difference there. So you can see, no matter the size across the board, that the poly super light pinions from Arrowmax are much lighter than the alloy ones. Other than that, all the differences that I've been through, the poly pinions actually use a 50 thou driver, whereas the machined alloy ones will use a 1.5 mil driver. So that's something to take note of. If you are expanding to the poly pinion range, make sure you've got yourself a really good quality 50 thou hex driver before you set off. Well, I think that's enough for the pinions today. Yeah, I'm Brett from Hearns, and that's how we talked about the new pinions. Thanks for watching.